Hey everybody, so tonight I am going to be making some tater tot taco casserole in my Ninja Speedi. And so first and foremost, these are all the ingredients. So you need a pound of ground beef, one small onion, garlic, you see all the good stuff right there. I was surprised I was actually able to find the frozen Mexican style corn at my local grocery store. So, following the instructions, obviously since we're doing it in the Speedi, I am going to be baking it, but I am not going to preheat it just because the Speedi is pretty fast. So on step 2, I'm going to start browning the hamburger meat, but I will show you I have 3/4 of the cheese ready to go, and then I have my small onion, which is about a half onion, and there's one little garlic clove all minced, and I have my black beans drained and ready to go. So let me get my hamburger meat in the skillet here. So this is obviously the hamburger meat, just browning up a little bit. Once it is all cooked up, you'll add in the onion, the garlic, the black beans, the corn, and the taco seasoning. So I'll be back as soon as this is all browned and ready to go. Alright, so I just wanted to show y'all that I have added in the onions, the garlic, the taco seasoning, which is 1 packet. I actually have a homemade taco seasoning mix that I use. My 1 can of black beans and the corn. I'm going to cook all this up for about 10 minutes to get it all heated through before I put it in the Ninja Speedi. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. I went ahead and took it off the burner there. It did say to let it sit and rest for just a minute. So we'll move on to getting the whole tater tot mixture up and running here. So I'm just going to let that hang out for just a minute. Alright, so we are ready to get things combined here. I'm going to dump the beef mixture in my pot. Pot, it should be a bowl, not a pot. And I'm going to set this back down on the stove over here out of the way. So to this, you're going to add 3/4 of the Mexican cheese blend, which comes out to, well, you need 12 ounces of shredded Mexican cheese blend, and so it comes out to about 1 cup that you're going to add in there first, along with your 16 ounces of tater tots. But I got my big old bag here, my 2-pound bag, so I'm just going to do half of the bag, obviously. Kind of like that. And stir to combine. So, get it all nice and mixed up here before it's going to go in the Speedi to bake all nice. Okay. It's already melting the cheese a little bit. It's nice and hot. So okay, now it looks like we're gonna move over to the Speedi just so I can finish off the rest of the recipe here in the Speedi. Alright, now we're ready to put it in the Speedi, and this is not on. I did not turn it on or anything like that, just because the Speedi cooks a little bit faster. And so I also took out the little basket tray that was in here because we're just using the pot itself. So it calls for enchilada sauce, and it just says to place about 1/3 of the enchilada sauce on the bottom of the pot. That looks about like 1/3 to me. And I'm going to move it around just so it'll coat the bottom evenly, hopefully. Right. And then we're obviously going to pour in our beef tater tot mixture in here. Kind of like so, without my hand being in the way too much, but kind of like that. Get that big guy out of the way. And the recipe said to kind of pat it down to like a nice even layer. So I'll probably grab, I don't know, looks kind of nice to me here. And just kind of eyeball it here a little bit with my back of my spoon here. And then you're going to pour the rest of the enchilada sauce over the top. Kind of like so. And this is a 10-ounce can of enchilada sauce. Alright, so now we're going to get to the cooking part. Go ahead and close it. So you're going to plug it in. And I'm going to double check the recipe here before I tell you guys anything different. So yes, I believe it is $3.75 for 40 minutes. So go ahead and turn it on. And we're going to bake. So we're on the right thing here. The knob is down in the right position. And we're, oops, that's the wrong button, sorry. That's what I wanted to get to, was this button right here. So it said $3.75, so oops, and 40. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. And I'll probably take a peek at it in 20 minutes just to see how it's coming along, so I'll see you then. Alright, so as you can see, it's been 20 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek. Obviously, that's some seriously melted, cooked enchilada sauce, so I'm going to go ahead and just stir it up a little bit. Because like I said, the Speedi is going to cook a little bit faster. So, I'm going to go ahead, sorry, I'm trying to keep you guys focused here and stir at the same time. Whoa! A little foggy there, sorry. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and then give it about 10 more minutes, and then I'll dump in the rest of the cheese so it can get nice and melted. So yeah, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Close that, and yeah, we'll see you in just a minute. Alright, so it's been that additional 5 minutes there. As you can see, we're still cooking up a storm, so I'm going to be adding in the remaining bit of cheese just on top here. And then I'm going to let it get all nice and melted. Obviously that's probably not quite 4 ounces, but that was what I had left in my bag. So I'm going to let this melt. It probably is going to take just a couple minutes, so I'll be back in just a couple minutes to check on that cheese. Alright, so it's been a couple more minutes. As you can see, my cheese is nice and melted. So I'm going to grab some pot holders and get it out of there and let it rest for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off since we are done. And that is how you use your bake function in your Ninja Speedi making tater tot taco casserole. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a little taste test here. Oh yeah. Definitely still a little warm, but very delicious. And you can add like whatever toppings you want. Cilantro, sour cream, guacamole, whatever you want. But all in all, it's really tasty.